What is that one big issue which is common across the countries in Asia and that emerged as child early and forced marriages? Now, this is something which is rooted in the social norms and cultural norms at country level. This has been prevailing for many years, and South Asia has even more because Nepal, Bangladesh, India have very high ratios of child marriages, and you will find in certain districts it's much more, in certain districts it's less. And if we have to really deal with this issue of child early and forced marriage, we have to work and address the social norms because it's culturally, families believe girls should get married. Though most of the countries where we work, there is a very good legal framework. There are laws, where girls and boys cannot get married before the age of 18. But it still happens because that enforcement of law needs to be stronger, and that is something which we do. When we talk to girls and boys, they don't want to be getting married early. They have aspirations, they want to be educated, they want to be working first and then get married. But many times, that's why we say these are forced marriages, because families feel, and it's also to do with the status of girls and women, because girls are seen as a burden, and it's easier to get the girl married than educate her. And so there is also, I can say, that a lot of progress is happening because there is a lot of work that civil society organizations are doing. Government also is making those efforts, but those efforts have to be accelerated. There is a sustainable development goal which is eliminate child early and forced marriage, but by 2030, and that's not going to happen. We really need to speed up all the efforts to ensure that. And the other thing we realize also, no, Plan International alone cannot achieve it. So that's why that whole collective effort is very, very important. And when we talk about effective participation by girls, so we have so many examples where young people and children, they are taking out rallies, they are creating awareness. They have vigilance committees where if secretly, if a family is getting a girl married or a boy married, they bring that to the light of local authorities. And we have so many incidences where they have managed to prevent or stop child marriages happening. In Nepal, I think there are two areas, Madhesh and Karnali, where there are high incidences of child marriages, and most of our work is focused on those districts as well. If we have to accelerate those efforts, so firstly, we need to have correct data that because if there is data that's how many girls are getting, the whole prevalence rate around child marriages is very important first. Only then we can measure progress, how is that a situation improving. Secondly, laws. So those laws have to be there. Then investment from the government side, for enhancing access to education, sexual reproductive health and rights services, because sometimes that awareness, if it's not there in young people, how do we ensure that young boys and girls are able to make decisions for themselves? And that is the focus of our work, where girls are able to make those choices. And as an organization and government, we need to ensure there is that enabling environment where girls are able to access education, the girls are able to access choices, for career choices, job choices, deciding for themselves when to get married, when to have children, how to space children, because most of the time that doesn't happen because the girls do not have the agency to make those decisions for themselves, and that's something which needs to be happen. And then today there is a lot of progress that's happening, but as I said, it needs to be really enhanced and accelerated.